All right, we're live. Hey, everybody, Captain RG3 from Discourse Syndicate. Here you are. We are getting ready to start Burn It All, where we're going to talk about Tatuaje sticks, what's going on in crypto. Bitcoin's at 111K, and we'll talk about everything else that we can imagine under the sun having our sticks. We'll see you here in a second on Burn It All. Hey, let me see if I can bring up our guys. We got Crispy Man from Hexfire and Triplet Dad from MCR. What's happening, fellas? How you doing?
Hey, now.
We're doing all right. Crispy's in the good spot. He's up and to the right.
Up and to the right.
Real quick, I'm literally in Hollywood, California, and that place right back there, that's where I used to live. I used to live in that house. It's right on the other side of Pink's Hot Dog Stand. I'm on Melrose and La Brea. And the only reason I'm here is because I'm about to crash a Bitcoin pizza event. So it just happened to fall on our cigar show night. So I apologize, but I did get me a Tatuaje, a black Robusto, which is a black petit, I think. One of their premier, I guess it's their top 5 cigars. But it is a small one. Now, I've got some issues because I forgot my my lighter and my cutter. So when it comes time to slash and burn, I'm gonna have a little issue. But we'll talk through that too.
You bite the end and bum a light, man.
Yeah. Start rubbing sticks together.
yeah, man. Rub this.
What do you got there, Crispy?
So I went with the this particular brand, right? And I don't know if you guys can see it, but it doesn't come out too good, right? But it's the Cojuno 2018. I can't pronounce it, but it looks like a really good smoke. Connecticut broadleaf.
I think it's a Cojono.
Cojo. Okay.
Yeah.
Coyo. All right. I'll work on that. I'll work on that pronunciation while I'm smoking it. All right.
There you go.
But yeah, it's a nice medium body.
Very nice. I have a Tatuaje Frankenstein. There was only 2 left in the box, and they said if you buy both of them, you will get this awesome, or not Frankenstein, Wolfman. I have the Wolfman. And he said, if you buy both cigars, I'll give you the box. And I said, that is a deal. I will take that box.
That's a cool box.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of neat.
That is a box that will for sure end up in my daughter's room. Guaranteed.
Open that box up real quick and look at the inside. Is the inside painted?
No.
No? Okay. I'll tell you a story.
But it is the Monster series, and there's an unlucky 13 cigars in it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, so the Monster series from Tatuaje, they've got a whole line of them. They got about 12 different sticks, maybe it's 10. All the Creature. I think they got the Boris Karloff and some other stuff like that.
Yeah, the Mummy, the Frankenstein. They have them all, right?
Yeah, and this cigar brand is pretty cool. Guy by the name, I believe his name is Pete Johnson, and the name Tatuaje is because he was like the only guy running around at all the cigar shows with sleeve tattoos and stuff. So they called him Tattoo Pete or whatever. And then when he came out with his own brand, he's been in the cigar industry for a long time. When he came with his own brand, the people out in I believe it's either Nicaragua. I think it was Nicaragua. It's the Dominican. Where's My Father Cigars at? Is they're in Nicaragua?
Nicaragua. Right?
Yeah, Nicaragua. And I guess they said, hey, that's fitting name, Tatuaje. So that's how the name came up. was from this guy, Pete Johnson, who's the founder. But anyway, he was mentored by Don Pepin Garcia, which is the senior of the Garcia family, which is my father family. So on top of being mentored by him and, showing how to blend cigars, he married the daughter of the family. So him and the daughter of my father, Cigars, are married, and they're a one big happy cigar family. So
well, I think this one, anyways. My father is the manufacturer, right? Makes this one.
Yeah, I think they make a bunch of his sticks, or probably at least the factory there does.
Is he a big guy?
He takes care of himself. He's ripped up a little bit.
Yeah, I think you would kind of have to be growing up as a kid, being named Peter Johnson. I think that might be a tough name to grow up with. This is also a rare thing. It has the unfinished foot. It's fuzzy.
Yeah, I saw that. It's an unfinished foot. It's kind of like they stopped the wrapper at the.
It's a good half inch of the bottom of that. It has no wrapper.
And then some of his cigars are closed foot, which, if you don't know, people that
sealed over.
So this is the head of the cigar, which is where you cut smoke from, and the foot is this side of the cigar. And he's saying that the foot is not wrapped with the wrapper. It's kind of left open with the binder. And then some of them actually, they cover the foot so that what you do is you get a good slug, a good shot off of what the wrapper's made out of, because the wrapper has a lot of the flavor of the cigar or whatever, or gives it a lot of character. So you get
to me this screams holes in my shirt. A foot with no wrapper on it just says, I will have a couple holes right here in this shirt.
No expectations, man. It's just a sacrifice, man. That's it.
Right on. Well, hey, let's slash and burn then. I'm gonna. So what I got to do, because I don't have a cutter, is and I don't have much nail left, is that I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna bite the end off, because usually that jacks the end up pretty good. But I'm gonna use my fingernail and just cut.
Do you have matches, buddy?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, it just happened.
Yeah, just punch it, man.
Punch it with the matches. I call that the pepper shaker punch, and I put 3 small holes in the back of it.
I got these J.C. Newman matches that so they gave me when I got a cigar, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do the. This is reminding me of some shit, but anyway.
Very true. What's up, Luna? Nice to see you in here.
Oh man, did some things to some tin cans like this before, but anyway.
Yes.
So there's that there. That's gonna need a little more. Let me.
Nice start.
Another
How you doing, DGen Hexagon, Beach Whale? Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, we got problems there. Hold on one second.
Hex Sanders said he went with my father last weekend. It was good.
Did you?
That's what awesome. He said in the chat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right above Hexfire. So I met Hex Monkey at the local brick and mortar.
And, I'm so jealous. I am flying to California just for a smoke, though.
I know. I would love to freaking hang out with you and smoke cigars on a regular date, live and not online, buddy. That would be a good time.
Yeah, Vegas was fun. Well, how'd it go with Monkey? You enjoy it?
Oh yeah, he's coming into his own. So he actually was at a conference in Vegas and went to that same cigar place that all of us went to, and had a cigar by himself.
Yeah, that's hardcore now.
Yeah, so he's becoming one of us, You know, when you get off of work and you go to the bar and get yourself a drink without having anybody around you, that means you're serious. So if he's going to a cigar place in Vegas by himself and just chilling, that's a good sign. The place was empty too, because we went on the night of the fights, right? So that place was packed. He took a picture of it and showed me. It's just wall to wall open chairs.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I like that Grand
I
Reserve.
have trouble with the draw on this one, so I'm gonna have to open it up a little bit more. Might end up having to bite the damn head off of this thing.
Yeah, Fast Abdul, I'm here for the cigar tech. Fill me in, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna really damage the hell out of this thing, but gotta open it up.
This is a cigar head size. There you go. Yeah, this is a giant cigar.
Really good. Really good.
Oh, I got a couple. I got a couple more diggers. You know, the one from last week, just in case I want to smoke them. That was
ETH is at 2,700.
Wow.
That's a ridiculous price. That should already be at 4,000. But I'm glad it's going up.
Yeah, I imagine this party is going to be pretty. So it's a Bitcoin pizza party. So for those of you who don't know what the Bitcoin Pizza Day is somebody, I forget the guy's name, he paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, which is worth $1.1 billion in today's Bitcoin.
That's so crazy. Oh, that's right. Hex Monkey did. He had a Tatuaje yesterday. What's up, Ben369? How you doing, buddy? Russ, how you doing? What happened to RG3's hair is what Russ is saying. It's never been like that for a long time, bro. Let's see. How's that working out for you now, Captain?
Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy, but that's all right. We can see him, but we can't hear him. Yeah, Ben, he's out in Hollywood, baby. He's not even anywhere he's nowhere near his house, I think. So he can't go show the pool. Yeah, I like it to 2,700. I'm watching. I follow the golden ratio multiplier, which is kind of like pi indicator, and I'm loving it, dude. I'm thinking everything looks just like a normal cycle right now. I mean, I'm not going to get in the way. I'm not going to get in any arguments with anybody about whether it's going to be a elongated cycle. This time's different. I think it might be. I don't care. But it looks like I have all the things I need to be able to call the top when it happens. So it looks like everything's
look at that, buddy. How that top where there's just binder and no wrapper, how it's kind of a darker gray and then it goes to light gray when it hits the wrapper. It's crazy, huh?
All right. I was looking at mine when you were saying that. Because it's looking kind of the same around the edges.
This one's burning nice. You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
It's burning nice. I just cannot get a draw on this thing because it is not. So we get another poke at it here. Let's see what we can do. But it's burning nice.
Yes, sometimes you get a poke a little deep.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Let's see what we can do here.
None of you dirty-minded people out there in chat land. But.
Welcome, Crypto Ape.
Oh, Ape's in there. Ape, I got your cigars in a box. I just got to drop them off at the post office. You know how it is.
Moonmutt wants a cigar too.
Who?
Moonmutt.
Where do I sign up for the cigar club where I get all these cigars for free? Where's this?
I don't know, buddy.
So,
yes.
So those cigars I've been getting from the cigar club, they've been all right. They just haven't wowed me, to be honest, yet. So I'm not gonna endorse anything like that until it's, showing reaping some rewards, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to start having my own manufactured on.
Yeah,
That'd be some fun stuff.
yeah. This thing is burning great. I thought for sure that the front end of this, since it had no wrapper on it, it was gonna fall freaking apart, but it is not. It's staying together really well.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought, and this thing's huge. This is bigger than the Churchill I smoked last week.
Very nice.
So, what you guys got planned this weekend?
Well, I just realized it's a holiday, dude, and Memorial Day is a big day for me. I just finally realized it, though. So I guess I'm going to be doing some brisket, man. I'm going to have to go down to Costco and get me a brisket and cook that sucker.
Now,
are you going to smoke it?
Smoker?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so what's the secret, man? I had a smoker for a while and I tried it, and 12 hours and the rub and all that, but I just never can get that texture right. It's like a rush time.
I got both. I got the egg. Well, first off, let's talk about smokers. I got the egg, right? And that's all manual, right? Because I didn't buy the extra pieces to make it anything more than manual. So that takes a little bit more work to do stuff. But then I have a Rectech, which is like a Traeger or some of these other ones. And man, I've had one of those for the last 15, I don't know, it's been 15 years, 10 years, probably the last 10 years. And it is it's wood pellets, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wood pellets, you see those all over now. It wasn't popular a few years ago, but that is hands down best way, in my mind, the best way to get the experience. Okay. Now listen, if you're going to be, if you're going to be a smoke maxi and you're going to do it old style, power to you. Go figure it out. You know how to do that already, probably much better than I do. But I usually kind of press for time in one way or another, and I want the stuff to come out good. So the pellet smokers is awesome for that because I can set the temperature. The auger will feed it. Temperature will, the fan will help keep it burning, and then I get a nice even smoke.
And how long you go, buddy, on a brisket?
Yeah, so that can vary. Yeah, that can vary quite a bit, right? Depending on what I'm doing. But I'm not ashamed to say that I do follow competition level Texas crutch, and you know what? It works most of the time out for me really, really well. And if I need to do something different, and the Texas crutch is the 3-2-1 method,
right?
RG. So I don't know if you've heard of that, RG, but this is where you smoke. You smoke the meat for the first 3 hours, something like 225, right? And and then after the first 3 hours, you wrap it in foil. Now, some people will wrap it in butcher paper, but you'll wrap it in foil. When usually you can use, I use apple cider vinegar in mine sometimes, where I'll pick up apple juice, right, and put it inside the package with it, wrap it tight, and cook it for another 2 hours, and then finish it for an hour at the end. And by unwrapping it and doing it again for another hour. So so I use Texas crutch quite a bit, and it works pretty good for brisket, but it's not the same as a good 18, 24-hour smoke, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking to myself when you said you're going to do a brisket for Memorial Day. I was thinking you better start cooking. You better hop off this show and go get yourself some meat, bro.
Well, I've tested it well enough that I like the Texas crutch. It works pretty good.
Nice. I've always wanted to be able to do a good brisket, so maybe I gotta get to be a decent smoker here over the next. I had one for a while, and I could do ribs really good, but I never was able to get a
Same
brisket.
here, buddy. My setup is ribs only. I don't have any. I have a long-term smoker, but it's more manual than the auger thing, right? So it's got chips and stuff in there. So You really have to keep an eye on it. And I will burn the heck out of cigars, right? Watching that thing all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It gets rough trying to watch it.
Well,
That's where I failed.
You can use that Texas crutch methodology for ribs too.
Mm.
You know, and anybody listening, go do your own research. Go figure out how not to kill yourself with raw meat. You know, but there's tons of things to do out there. I do all sorts of stuff in my smoker though, man. But ribs, you can do that too. So
you think you're more than likely going to hurt your teeth than hurt yourself from the raw meat.
Yeah, more like. Yeah. Man, I do. I made a lot of beef jerky in the past, and so then I moved on from beef jerky to chicken jerky, and even tried turkey jerky. You know, making my own. You know, some different ones. I even made banana jerky, man. Let me tell you, that actually came out pretty good for the vegans out there. Smoked banana peels are really good, man. They're really good. I mean, I don't, you know, it's not a replacement for bacon, but I mean it, you know.
And you put it on the peels?
Yeah,
is that what you just
said? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, look that recipe up when you get a chance to just smoke them.
Let me answer one of the questions here. We got Beach Whale was asking, what do y'all know about the Opus X25 with a key in the box? It's supposedly going to access for something else. You know, I've never heard of that, but I'll tell you what, any Opus X cigar other than the Lost World, they've all knocked my socks off. I love Opus X. They're like, unfortunately, they're expensive cigars, but they're my favorite cigars. I just like them. They got that nutty, earthy kind of bread, baked bread kind of taste. I just love that.
Oh man, the one he's talking about, it gives you a key to a humidor or something. And I don't know what it means when you get it. Maybe there's a prize or something in there.
So remember that room 101 humidor, that light blue humidor that we put on the show 2 weeks ago. They're raffling that off now at the shop. You can actually enter to win it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What's the most expensive Opus X? See, I wouldn't. You know, other than us. What's that?
The football.
Yeah, other than us talking about it here, I normally wouldn't go out and buy one. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so. That humidor one that I pulled up that comes with a key in the humidor is $10K. I think it comes with a cigar, maybe.
Yeah, that humidor that was at the lounge at 8 Lounge was $100,000 humidor, full of Opus X, and you get the humidor and the whole thing. It was $100,000. Crazy.
Holy moly! Did you see Rackham's smoker?
No, I haven't seen. I know the one he has in his yard made out of cinder blocks. Yeah.
No, he's got a freaking a smokehouse now that's made of wood. Looks like a shed, like where you would store a riding lawnmower.
Yeah. I think I remember. Well, that makes sense for full scale smoking. I think I remember that from a year or so ago.
What kind of humidor do you guys recommend to get? So I mean, it depends, Ape, on well, you can do all kinds of like cheap, easy ways to get started. You can do a Tupperware, they call it. There's these things called Boveda packs, and the Boveda packs are basically humidification packs that wick moisture and release moisture. So they always keep, and each Boveda pack has the percentage of moisture on it, like a 69 or a 70 or a 65, whatever you want to keep your humidor at. So you can literally get a Tupperware box, throw one of those Boveda packs in there, keep a couple, in a bag off to the side, to replenish them or whatever. As they start to, die off, they start to get hard. But you can literally do them in Tupperware. Or you want to get something that's Spanish cedar. If you want to get like a desktop to start with, you can get those desktop Spanish cedar ones for like anywhere from like $50, $30 on Amazon. They're not really that expensive. And do the same thing. You put the Boveda packs in there. A lot of people with their big humidor actually use the Boveda packs too. I put them in mine.
Yeah. I get those. I'm trying to find them right now. I get the Pyrex Snapware, the biggest one they have on Amazon. They have those little snap lids on them, and it's not plastic. The cool thing about those, so I have a big humidor for me. It's like the size of a small wine fridge. But if you are doing your own humidor and you want to get something just to get started, I would look at the big, like the 8-cup or 10-cup Pyrex snap lid stuff. The cool thing about those is you don't have to season them, right? Because with a humidor, you buy a humidor, you should let that thing wipe it out, then let that thing season for a couple weeks, because that wood inside there, that Spanish cedar will suck all the air or all the water straight out of a Boveda pack 100%, as well as the cigars you put in it if you don't season it first.
Yeah, you want to so you're going to want to buy yourself a humidity meter. Govee makes a really cool, really cheap humidity meters. They're little tiny like discs. They almost look like one of those Apple puck dales that, and you put an app on your phone and you can monitor it from the app on your phone. It tells you what the humidity is inside. They're called Govees. And if you do get a wooden one, like you said, you wipe it down with distilled water. Use distilled water. And wipe it all down, get it moist. That way it wicks in some of that water. And then you put your Govee in there and you watch it. And if you retain your humidity at like 60, anywhere from 65 to 69% is what you want to have. And then you're good. If you've got that running for like a week solid, 2 weeks solid, then you're safe to put your cigars in there.
I'm enjoying my smoke immensely.
This is really good. This is really
good. So this the foot part was a little it was different, but as soon as it got to the wrapper and maybe a half inch past that, this has been a freaking awesome smoke.
Yeah, I got to say this one's delicious too. Really is delicious.
Yeah, I like mine quite a bit. I got to get a little bend going on. I'm going to lose this ash, but
this one's
very nice.
Burning really good. Tastes solid. I just wish it was drawn better, and that might be my fault because of not having a cutter. But yeah, if I had a cutter and it was drawn like this, I'd give it a D on the draw. That's for sure.
This is my latest rehab project.
What do you got there?
It's a cheap $5 cigar. But it's but to give people a visual, right, of what we're talking about, we got this pack here, right?
There you go.
So this is a cigar that's probably been out of out of whack for a couple of years, right? And so took it out of the tube, put it in the bag, sealed. It's got the pack, and so then over a couple of weeks, a month, the thing will get back to normal.
Have you ever seen people clip those and freaking put them in foil and then breathe freaking steam through them?
No.
I've seen them do that to try to rehabilitate a cigar to get moisture in it. They'll put it in, they'll get a pot of water that's boiling, right? And they'll wrap the cigar in foil, they'll clip the end and they'll draw off of it and bring that moisture into the cigar, and then they'll put it in the humidor and let it marinate for a while.
Nice.
Interesting.
If you're looking for a club, RG3's got a cool club, but if you're also looking for some deals, go on to cigarbid.com. It's like an eBay type thing, and they also have instant buy type of deals. Cigar Page has great deals. cigarbid.com.
I need affiliate. I need affiliate code.
Yeah, I was looking for trouble because I had some come in the mail the other day, and I was told that I have a problem.
Who told you that? The wife?
What are we going to do about this cigar problem?
Oh,
yeah.
What problem?
But yeah, I got some of those Master Blend 3s. I liked them so much. They came in a pack of those are Olivas. So Oliva, I got a Series O, Series G, Series V, some nubs, and that. And is Cane made by Oliva? I can't remember.
Cane Daytonas, yeah. Those are.
I like Cane.
Yeah, I get those orange ones, the Cane Daytonas. I get those all the time.
Yeah, I think I got in that pack, and when I hit that Master Blend 3, I was like, oh man, that was my blend right there. That was a good one. So that Master Blend 3 from Oliva is a really good one. And cigar.
Did you get the Robusto or the bigger one?
The Robusto.
I love the Robusto one.
So they're a good quick smoke, you know.
Yeah.
Having some quick smokes in there because sometimes you don't have time to sit there and choke down one of those monsters there.
Yeah.
And they can last almost 2 hours. That's a long ass time.
Yeah.
But the these smaller ones, 45 minutes. Sometimes it's best when you don't have a bunch of time. But yeah, so Ape, the club I belong to, and I really don't want to promote them that much, to be completely honest. I like their take on the industry and what they're doing. It's called Privada, Privada, Privada Cigar Club, and they've got a bunch of different programs. Pretty inexpensive, but they have a lot of aged cigars. And they're a little off-brand. Sometimes they brand them themselves. I don't know exactly what the scoop is. I know they're going down to Nicaragua and bringing this stuff back from, I think AJ Fernandez is where they get most of their cigars. So it's AJ Fernandez blends, I guess. And but they've got a few different packages for I don't know, anywhere from $25 to $30 where you get 4 or 5 sticks a month. Then they got another one where you pay $4.50. You get 1 cigar a month, but it's like a test blend. So they send you the stick, you fill out a card and send it to them so that they can, they're doing test blends. So they got some cool programs there. If you want to get some inexpensive premium cigars, you can go to Privada Cigar Club and check them out. Again, I'm not really endorsing them, but so far, they've been all right. A couple of them have been good, but they've been all right in my opinion. But I do like
the inexpensive thing I saw the other day on Cigar Bid was they had Oliva Series 135 seconds, and you can't mistake the shape of those 135s. They're really unusual. And those sticks in the store, $20 sticks, easy. And they were going for less than $8, I think, on Cigar Bid. It was a good deal.
Nice. So let me say something real quick. So you see the cigar, how it's volcanoed like that, torpedo, volcanoed. That's exactly what you want to see a good cigar do. When the ash falls off of it, should have a nice dead in the center, volcano like that looking thing, and that means that it was built well. So hats off Tatuaje. Good job. This is a good stick.
And that's you smoke them like I smoked that 858 that one night we did the Arturo Fuente. That thing had a red cherry on it that was this long. I was taking that thing down so fast.
Beachwell says he calls it a nipple.
There you go.
Yeah.
I used Top Cash back and Rakuten to get a little money back at some of the shops. Never even thought of that, bud.
I'm gonna start giving away more cigars. So I got these little Boveda packs, and so I'm gonna start sending some people, friends, and people that have been asking about cigars. I'm gonna start sending some out to them and dishing them out. That'll be my redemption, I guess, for my problem.
Yeah. My wife doesn't say anything about it because she rides horses. And she had freaking no business talking about any hobby of mine being expensive. I could take up crack again if I wanted to, right? And she would still be outspending me, I think, hands down.
I don't think it's that part of it. I think it's the health part of it. So
yeah, that's true.
My family's very into their health, and they eat like I got looked at cross the other day for eating rice. Freaking
really?
Rice. They're telling me rice is killing me. I'm like, okay, that's it. I've had enough of this, because that was like health food. Like,
it's only the white rice.
So white rice and chicken was like health food, now it's killing you. So
yeah. And if I think if we go to Asia and find some 105-year-old people that have been eating rice for a very, very long time, that we could come up with a scenario where that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Beach whale, horse chiropractor, or a dentist. I thought that was the freaking biggest farce on the planet Earth when my wife told me that our horse needed a chiropractor. I'm going, you've got to be shitting me. That the horse needs a chiropractor. But it did. It's freaking unbelievable.
That's crazy.
It's real.
Horses, and they're my family raised horses, and I was never around when they did it. They did it when they moved to Colorado. I was still in Cali, but and those things are dangerous, expensive, you name it, man. I mean, that's a hell of a pet to have, as a freaking horse.
Yeah. And she does hunter jumper stuff too. So I've had to go to the hospital twice to pick her up. And she had a broken elbow or some freaking thing. So she does unanticipated dismounts every so often, right?
I the front one time and landed on her head and damn near ended up in a coma herself one time. Just out there in out in their pasture, just horse stopped, dropped on its knees, and she went over and smashed her face into the ground. And it was just like, Mom then almost killed her ass. Crazy. But I never did dig the horse thing too much. I'm not a pet guy either.
The thing that kills me on that whole horse thing is she has this little tiny helmet that looks like a bicycle helmet, right? And the things are $1,500, right? Yeah. and they're like this big, and I'm going, oh my God, we should just switch you to getting like a Harley helmet or something, because that doesn't look like it offers that much protection, and it's more expensive than I think it is worth. But holy mackerel!
I was surprised though at how cheap some of these horses are. Like, you can pick up a horse for, I've seen them as $1,500, $3,500. I'm like, oh, I thought a horse was always going to be like 20, 30, 40 grand or some shit like that, but not too expensive. But again, it's like buying a freaking Ferrari. You got to change a fucking tire on it and you're screwed.
Yeah. The thing that they would do is, my wife would go with her trainer. They did this once. The trainer's done this a bunch of times. And they'd go to Prague, Czech Republic. And they'd get horses there and ship them back.
Really?
Yeah, so you can get like a $30,000 horse in the Czech Republic that would sell for 70, 80 grand here.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So okay. So like those are I mean, obviously there is horses that are 80, 100 plus grand, but
Oh
you can get a Toyota horse for like $3 grand.
Yeah, 100%. But if you're doing the hunter jumper stuff, I don't know why they need a freaking.
I have a friend in Utah, and his wife was actually in the Olympics. They do dressage,
Right.
dressage or whatever. I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe horse dancing or some shit like that. I don't know, but he's big into it, and they've got these $100,000 horses and shit, yeah, dressage.
So dressage is when the horses do this, right?
Dance.
And if you follow how that was created, the Olympics, right, they had a dressage competition in the Olympics, and Olympics was everything was surrounding battle, right? Throwing a spear, throwing a rock, running away, right? It was all freaking, and dressage is military horses stomping people.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what that is for. So a horse that was in battle, that would do this to those that were flailing around on the ground. That's how that got made. That's what I was told.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Teach your horse to stomp on dudes.
Yeah, stomp skulls. That's awesome. They make it an Olympic sport.
That's sweet. Sweet. Well, it's a real thing, right? It's functional.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, it was a real thing.
Yeah.
So did we get anybody? Where are we at? Anybody see the? I'm on my phone, so I can't see prices. We ETH was at what, 2,700 today? Is that where we ended up? 27, 26?
We're at 2686 on Pulse Chain. I don't know where it is on Native Chain. Let's see.
Let me go look. I'll tell you what I got. I'm
And
looking right now.
At 111.
Yeah, Bitstamp is at 2701. And man, this I don't trade. I probably should trade, right? Because I probably should not trade. I'm just thinking about it sometimes when I see this. But I was telling these guys I follow this GRM, which is the pie indicator, and it gave a very clear buy signal that this is that we were going to see some upside on the 4th, and now it's approaching the 350-day moving average, which is super bullish, right? I mean, I don't know if it'll make it through that average now, but it's up 50%, in what 2 weeks.
ETH just hit 2,700. Hey, we say it here and it comes out over there.
Yeah, it's pumping for us.
Nice.
It's going out. It's 2706.
They need me to buy another horse. So they've heard this conversation. They know my wife needs a horse. So Toblerus just said that happened in Ottawa 3 years ago. They stomped an old lady.
Oh,
the Canadian. Yeah, that's not cool for not taking a jab. That sounds not good, buddy.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go do some research before I believe that it was exactly connected that way. Like, I don't want to get the jab, stomp. There's probably more like a protest. Like,
I don't want to get a jab, through a rock, hit somebody in the head, stomp. Maybe maybe that's how that works.
Yeah, I don't want to go into this topic myself.
Yeah, it's not good.
But I just know, everybody, man. Yeah, at least I do. I feel like you can do
to each his own. Do your thing. There's reasons for
everything.
Yes.
That's what the captain was saying, right? Yeah, Crypto Ape. Yeah, I would say the answer to that is yes. That cigars are light sensitive. Now, exactly what might happen to you, I don't know. And RG, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Captain.
But he's going to keep going. He's having a good conversation, though. Yeah, Toba Roos. Some things just hit too close to home. Hey, so I'm looking at the ETH chart right now, and now it's 2713. So it's climbing as we're sitting here talking about it. In my viewpoint, it goes up if it can hold these levels, right, and gets above maybe 2775 and flips this region as support. We probably have free, we have kind of like blue sky to 4K, I think.
Try now, Captain.
Now I'm good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
So it looks like that guy got convicted and he's like facing 45 years in prison, I think.
Oh,
Which guy is that? Which guy is
that?
Not Suey.
No,
I'm sorry. Doggone it. Moon.
Safe Moon.
Safe Moon. Moon. Sorry. Yeah. Suey got hacked. Safe Moon guy got convicted today. Yeah. So it's just one thing after another. These are all the bear end cycle. Moon time's coming, guys. Bull market's setting in nicely. All the people are going to jail. Everyone's getting hacked. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that is good. Crypto Ape.
Oh, I don't know, but I don't like that. I don't like the hack stuff. But yeah, those are the types of signals. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to keep your humidor in front of a window, or put them in light, because it becomes harder to regulate the temperature within the humidor 100%, and therefore the humidity. So that always makes it very, very tough if you keep it in front of the window. And I found that out the hard way. So I've always kept my my humidor now in the center of a house where it doesn't get direct sunlight ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've made the mistake just in general. Like, sometimes I'll be going somewhere and I'll take a smoke with me, and I don't put it in a bag or a little travel humidor. And they're not all the same. Well, they're not all made the same. And man, sometimes after an hour, it just falls right apart. So you do need to take care of them.
Yeah. I get paranoid about that. If I'm running errands and cigar shops last on my list, or on my list of places to go, I make it the last stop. So I go do all my stops, then hit the humidor, and then go home.
Yeah, and I mean, you could always bring a cigar back to life. The problem with buying them and they're nice, and then getting them home, and if you left it in the car and it dried out a little bit or whatever, then you got to spend another week getting it back to where it's supposed to be. And then in order to check the cigar, make sure the cigar, you've got to get a humidity checker, which they've got them on Amazon, where you can actually, it's got a probe on it. I've got one. You got a probe, you put the probe on the end of the cigar, and you can tell what the humidity in the cigar is. And you want that to be about 65 to, like I said, 68, 69. And so, it's splitting hairs. A lot of people, they don't take that good a care of their cigars and they just smoke them like that, whatever. It depends on where they live too. Like, you live in Vegas, you live in the desert, Arizona, something like that, then you're going to have problems. You live in Florida, you can leave them on your freaking front porch and they'll be fine. It depends where you're at and what your humidity is in your area. But if you do live in a place like, out in the desert or somewhere where it's dry, humidity's low, then you've got to, keep a better eye on things. But, it's not too much to worry about. But like Ape, the ones I'm going to send you are in a bag, that have a humidity pack inside. So you can leave them in there till you get your humidor. They'll be fine in the bag. Again, sealed out, not in the sun, and not out in the open.
Eddie Gaslam is asking about the Ledger stacks and linking via Bluetooth. I don't know about that, bud.
What's that?
He wants to get a hardware wallet. He's looking at the Trezor Safe 5 versus the Ledger stacks. I'm just not a big fan of freaking putting my keys through the air. And I know that they probably have technology that's encrypting the shit out of that Bluetooth. But I think I would rather just plug in my USB to my computer to do it, and I wouldn't put it on my phone. 100%.
Yeah, I stay away from the Bluetooth stuff myself too. Just attack vectors. If you guys listen to Papa B, he's all about, like, he is adamant about is eliminating every single attack vector, every single point of failure, and the as many of those as you can eliminate and not put in the mix, the safer you're going to be and the better you're going to sleep at night. Because, hey man, the hackers are getting tougher, stronger, faster, better. And just, be very careful about what computer you use. Be very careful about your email security, and who you let into your computer, what you download into that computer that you're using your crypto on, because people are being targeted, especially people that are public. I mean, my email, my Google account, it gets hacked attempted to be hacked all the time. I mean, it's insane what, I get fake calls from fake Google, then I'll get Google alerts and all kinds of shit. People trying to hack in. It's dangerous. So, be careful, take care of yourself, and eliminate as many attack vectors as you can. Ledger is supposedly on some type of a military platform. I'm not 100% sure. I don't prefer Ledger myself. I like the Trezor. It's always been my go-to. And of course the plug-in one, and that's how I do it. And then I split my seed words up and move them different places outside of my place. And yeah,
I agree. What's up, Rip City, AJ, and Ponergeist? Today we are smoking Tatuajes. I have a Wolfman. Crispy Man has one that's hard to pronounce. What's yours, Crispy?
Every time I go to say it, I get it wrong. So
Conjo?
It's called the Cajono. Cajono.
I keep wanting to call it the Cujo.
Oh, I think it is. But yeah. And I got a black Robusto, which is a small, I think it's 5x50.
Yeah, mine's relatively small too. That's why it's almost done already, man. We're only an hour in.
Yeah, I'm about good too. And unfortunately, I have to roll because I got to go crash this Bitcoin party and make the Hexicans known here. So I'm going to go in and hit these folks up. And if you guys want to stay on, you can stay on for a while. I'll just hit me with a text and I'll close the stream out. And if you guys want to stay on for a bit.
That may be problematic. What do you think, Crispy Man?
Which part's problematic? Continuing to smoke or staying on there?
Getting him to end the stream when we want it.
I think we just dropped and,
I think it would just be the backdrop at that point, right?
It probably would be. Mm-hmm. Just a cigar in the ashtray.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, gentlemen.
Well, let's wrap it then. This way you'll have a nice clean video.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for showing up today. This was a great smoke. Go look at Tatuaje if you have a chance at your local place. Usually it's one that people overlook unless they're actually looking for Tatuaje.
Yep, great sticks, great company behind them.
Yeah, very good. I haven't bought this before. It's good.
Yep, it's a good stick. So gotta admit. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Tomorrow's Effing Hangout. Don't forget, that's your show. You get to come on and say and talk about whatever you want. It's all crypto and anything else you want to talk about. Take care, everybody.
Moon.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.